It's almost like some lacquer jobs I see.
Hmm.
It
Anyways,
was terrible. I should have left it on there and showed y'all.
Yeah. Well, you're brave, Doug. Very brave. I didn't recognize you in the suit, though, Doug.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sometimes I do clean myself up.
Well, you look like a businessman that I
was just glad he had clothes on.
at least
Some
it
of
wasn't
the comments
I'm
I
glad
did
he
have
wasn't wearing a dress.
Well, I don't think he's allowed to cross-dress anymore.
No, and some of the comments on my Facebook I did have to delete after I laughed my butt off because they were hilarious. But I have a lot of my student parents and fellow teachers are friends with me on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh, that's hilarious," but not to people that don't understand the context.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a couple of them. Like, yeah, I hope he's getting rid of these soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can imagine some parents and teachers wouldn't understand the context on that.
So
And even
my
if they did
fellow Gen
understand it,
Xers
probably still wouldn't accept it.
Yeah, my fellow Gen Xers, you'll appreciate this. So the kids actually got to vote on what Friday's whatever we would do for dressing up on Friday. The other days, the administrators determined what those were. So the kids were all voting, and some of my kids wanted to do opposite gender day, and it didn't make it. And so we had the computers in my classroom that day because we were typing up essays. And I said, you know what? While we all have the computers out, and since it looks like 1980s is probably going to win this thing, I want everybody to Google Poison Rock Band. So
yeah, right.
All of a sudden, all kinds of images of Poison come up, and they're like, okay. And I said, every one of those is a guy. And they're like, no way, Mr. Rohn. I said, every single one of them. So there's your opposite gender day. Just go 1980s. We'll be good to go.
Amen. They made some women out of themselves, that's for sure.
Yeah. Or even Motley Crue's Theater of Pain tour. You go look at some of those.
Yeah. Motorhead, Tesla.
Yeah.
Well, Motorhead didn't, but let's see, Mr. Big.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna jump off, but it was definitely good catching up with y'all, and I'll do my best to be back here next Wednesday.
All right, so when's fall break over? I don't have a kid in school anymore.
It's only 1 week, so it's this week that I'm in right now.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll get a few days off at Thanksgiving, and then of course the 2-week break at Christmas over New Year's.
Yeah. For sure.
Yep.
It's nice seeing you again, Doug.
Good seeing you.
Yeah, good seeing y'all too.
Take care.
You guys too.
Ooh. Anybody else got anything going on?
Nope.
Any problems Dane can fix for you?
Right for you.
Dan went to use the phone and disappeared. I haven't seen him in a while.
Who was?
Kelly?
Well, Dan posted he was going to be right back. He went to go use the phone, but then he never came back.
Oh, did he? Or is he on his deck? No, he's there. Or is he not showing himself?
Can't see him.
Doesn't look like he's on the screen, Dane.
Yeah. How long has he been gone?
Man, it was a long time ago. He said he was going to go use the phone. He might be laid out again.
All right. Which one of you guys have the ability to?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, all right. Thanks for piping
a
up
little,
there, Daniel.
just a little busy.
Okay.
I'll be back
All
with
right.
you in a little bit.
Dane, you see the message for you in the chat?
Let's see. Looking at your advice and got to Nova 2, hoping to get to try this. Oh, outstanding, Leonard. I'm sure it was a sweet. I'm sure the lady sweetened the deal for you too with everything that she had there. Leonard's still on?
I'm looking.
Yeah, he's there.
He says, "Yup."
All right. Oh, Lord. Oh, everybody went black.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Hey,
Cade.
Cade.
Hey. I was just in the background most of the meeting, getting stuff ready for tomorrow. I got a 101 class I'm teaching, wood turning 101 class. So tomorrow is the first day. It's a 3-day course. Wood turning 101. So I got 8 students. So that'll be fun.
Be
Starting
busy.
with the skew.
Crossing all my T's, dotting all my I's, making sure I have everything. And then I'll get there and I'll be like, oh shit, I forgot that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that'll never fail, never fails.
Mhm. Oh my God, I gotta tell you what I did this weekend.
Oh my God, we
Uh-oh.
gotta
Forgetting
hear
it.
it. We gotta
Oh,
hear it. Hurry,
yes.
hurry, hurry.
What happened?
I had, it's not good. I had a craft show last weekend, right? And they give me a second booth if I bring my lathe and set it up, right, for demonstration.
Cool.
And all I gotta do is just sit it there. I don't have to use it or nothing. So anyway, I was setting up and put the lathe out there on my little stand and was helping my daughter put the tents up, and I knocked my lathe off the stand
Ooh,
and
Oh no.
broke the speed control knob off.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot.
I
That's no
haven't
good.
had the nerve to actually, I haven't actually checked it out yet to see how much damage I've done to it yet. I'm afraid to look.
I'm sorry, I missed it. What did you do, Brenda?
I knocked the lathe off the stand and knocked
Oh
the knob,
no.
or broke the speed control knob off of it. Yeah.
Did it land on concrete or?
No, it was on the ground. It was outside.
On the grass?
Oh,
But
Yeah.
the bedways are
how
cast iron. They're fine, right?
how far did it fall or knock over?
It fell off the stand.
Well,
So 4
how
feet.
high
And
is
it
the
comes with it,
stand?
the legs.
Oh, okay, so about
About
30 inches, 34 inches.
3 feet, 4
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah,
And
something like
did
that.
it fall on grass ground?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you probably only
Like I said, though,
probably only need to put the knob back on it and everything's good to go.
no,
Busted.
the knob. Yeah, the knob. It's like got a plastic shaft that it conduct hooks into it or something. Well, that piece broke off.
yeah, you just need a new potentiometer. That's what that knob is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't had the nerve to check it out yet to see how bad it is. Really,
What kind of lathe is it, Brenda?
it's a Delta, the Delta Mini.
You should be able to get a new potentiometer for that.
Well, it's Delta. They don't make spare parts anymore.
Yeah, but it's the same
There
as
should be clones out there.
it's just all you gotta do is get the numbers off the potentiometer. It's just a speed control.
Yeah, exactly. You can probably get, well, I would say Radio Shack, but they don't exist anymore either. Um,
There's always a way.
Should be
Yeah,
able to get
there's
it off of
definitely-
Amazon if you get the numbers.
yeah,
Okay. Like
What-
I said, I haven't had the nerve to even look at it to see how bad it is and if it broke anything else or, you
But-
know.
and it may just be a new brass shaft that, you know, you can just use a brass shaft to, you know, pull the plastic out of it and then shove a new, you know, 1/16 or 1/8 inch brass rod into it, turn your own knob and, you know, make it a friction fit, push it on and giddy up.
I
I
will
don't think it's
say,
I don't think it's as bad as it may be because the potentiometers, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be free fitting on the backside. It's not going to be attached to anything on the inside of the headstock except for itself.
Yeah,
okay.
and you can bend the outer tube of those and then they still work, Brenda.
Right.
Okay.
If you need some help when you get brave enough to look at it, shoot me a message
Yeah,
and
call-
we'll FaceTime or
Call
something.
Scott. Yeah, call Scott.
All right.
I know enough about that stuff to be a little dangerous.
That Scott knows everything.
Scott's
right.
far more dangerous on it than I am. So that would be my
Okay.
advice.
Just name off some random problem and the redneck looking dude sitting there, oh, get a potentiometer. What the
Yeah.
fuck is that?
All it is a knob that adjusts the frequency of the electrical
Of the
current that's
electric
going through it.
I'm gonna stick with my
Okay.
Crayolas.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as you use it's a light dimmer essentially.
Okay.
It's just
Yeah,
a-
as long as,
Maybe I'll,
as long as you didn't break the bedways, then you're good, essentially.
yeah, the rest of it can be adjusted, Brenda.
Yeah.
There's adjustments that
All
you
right,
can
well-
make to make
Yeah.
it true again.
Yep.
all right, well, maybe I'll take a good look at it some more then.
Yeah.
It's been, it happened Saturday and I ain't been brave enough to look at it yet. I'm
Yeah.
afraid to.
Yeah. So you're
I-
feeling better about it already. See?
But I have decided I ain't taking it out of the garage no more. I'll either have to pay for the second booth or just deal with one booth. Cause I ain't taking the lathe again. No. I usually take it just so I have two booths because I don't
Yeah.
like to be crowded into next to another booth.
Right.
So, and then I have to have somebody with me, you know, so my daughter goes and then my grandson goes. Well, then that's 3 chairs you got to have sitting in one booth. So I like to have the second booth to, you know, have that room, but
Well, you can still
No,
have the
I'm gonna
second booth, just you won't have nothing there. Unless you add more stuff to sell.
well, that's what I'm saying though. I mean, they give me that second booth for free
Oh, wow.
if I bring the lathe.
Oh, because you got the lathe. Okay.
Even if
Yeah.
the
Can
lathe
you-
doesn't work, bring it and set it up. And people look at the lathe and they're like, wow, what is this? You know, and then you just take them and sell them stuff instead.
We
Right.
could
Well,
do,
that's what I was going to say. You know, make one
We-
out of cardboard.
do
Set
a
up.
pretend treadle lathe like Tim was doing at SWAT.
Do what now?
Let's
treadle.
tell him so only a few of us know.
Yeah, the power went out at SWAT, and Tim and his assistant were turning the lathe by hand.
Oh, okay.
Yoder.
Just
Okay.
for, you know, for Facebook likes, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
actually, I didn't want to really do a demo, so I was going to tell them I forgot the extension cord anyway. But yeah, then
There
I
you
knocked
go,
the
you
lathe
know,
off
I
and
mean-
broke it anyway.
Yeah, just because you never have time to go use it doesn't mean you didn't bring it.
Yeah. Well, the first time I took it, you know, he told me, he says, I don't care if you do a demonstration or not, you know, just, you know, it's sitting there. So that's good. Like, all right, great. It's too hot out here anyway.
Right.
But I didn't even get a
Y'all
chance
ain't got
to,
no running water.
didn't even get a chance to lie
So like, I get
Yeah.
dirty. I'm gonna get some running water here.
Well.
Wash my arms off, right?
Well, I'll take a look at it tomorrow
Like you
and
can
see
wear
what.
It's not like you can wear long sleeves to keep the chips and the dirt getting on you. The wood bark,
Oh,
right?
it was so cold last weekend. I had a jacket on, long sleeves, a jacket, a scarf, my
Yeah.
hat,
Safety
my
concerns.
hat, had the hood
It's
up
too
on
cold to
my,
turn.
yeah. And then it was so cold,
The
I put
lathe only
a
operates in
tablecloth.
70-degree weather.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell them,
I've been
you don't have
to Pecos,
you don't
Texas,
have
like
a head.
But,
Tell them you don't have a
58
headstock
degrees.
heat. Tell them you ain't got a headstock heater.
well.
Like an oil block heater on a car, cold weather, headstock
Yeah.
heater for a lathe. Yeah, I can't turn it on in this cold ass weather.
I charge those. I
Yeah.
charge parents that are walking by $100 for their kid to turn a pen. It works.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Count as a learning experience, right?
Yeah.
They get to turn a pen and keep it. And I figure that's worth $100.
At least
That's quite
50.
the experience.
At least 50.
I think the second year
No
second year I took
riders.
my lathe, there was a kid that did that and he loved it.
Yeah.
And I gave him the pen and didn't cost him nothing.
I mean, Kelly's going to get his daughter to do the training, so
Yeah.
free labor.
Oh, Kelly's got a sticker behind him there now too. Look at that.
There ain't nothing free about Brooklyn's labor, man. She is a racketeer.
Good
I
girl.
bet she's a hustler when she's at a craft show.
She damn sure is.
Yeah. I know my daughter when she was young, she used to grab my pens and she'd go out in the damn crowd and say, "Hey, you want to buy a pen for a custom made pen by my daddy? He makes right over there in that booth there. He's selling them for $50. He's authorized me to give a $5 discount for $55 now." And they'll be like, "Well, but you just said $5 discount." "Oh no, I said that wrong. It's $55. So I can sell it to you for $50 if you buy it from me." And the chick would always work with people,
That's a good hustle.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah,
Brooklyn had a lady. We were over at
Remember
this
to do
beer.
that.
We were over at this beer brewer around the corner. Brooklyn had a handful of her pens that she'd made. Some lady walked up. She started talking to her, and she's like, "I've got to buy one of your pens now. How much is it?" And Brooklyn says, it's $80." And I'm like, "Come on, Brooklyn, don't sell that one for $80. Sell that one for like $60. The lady's gonna pay it anyway, right?" And Brooklyn's like, "Come on, it's my pen. I can sell it for what I want to sell it for."
Yeah, another hustle me and my daughter would do was she would take a batch of pens, and then I would have my batch of pens, and then whenever people would come up, she would sequester them right away and say,
Right.
"Hey, I've got a contest going on between me and my dad. These are the pens that I made. These are the pens that my dad made, and I'm trying to sell more pens than my dad. Can you help me out?" And they'd always buy her, her pen bucket.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of ways to take.
I was in
people's
here
money
one
from their
day.
pocket.
I was in here in the garage one day working. Brooklyn came in here with like 4 or 5 little friends following behind her or whatever. And she says, "Hey, Dad, can I go out? Can we go out and what did she say? Can we go out and make a sale?" That's what she said. Can I go out and make a sale? And I mean, in my brain, I'm thinking she's talking about going in the backyard with these little kids and just building some kind of boat or some bullshit, right? So yeah, I'm like, "Okay, yeah, go make a sale." And she comes back about an hour later. It's just her, and she's got like $46. I'm like, "Where'd you get the $46?" And she said, "You said I could go make a sale." And I'm like, what did you sell? And she said, well, I sold some rocks. I sold a stick. Who the fuck did you sell this stuff to? Well, the neighbors. And she points out the different neighbors that you sold a stick. And she goes, yeah, Mr. Hosey he gave me $5 for the stick. What kind of stick? And she goes, just a stick. A stick, like a stick on the ground. Yeah, a stick. Like, man, you need to go apologize to everybody and go give all these people their money back, you know? And she's like, no, they gave me this money. I made a sale. You told me I could do it. I'm like, what the fuck? I got to be a little more
Oh,
careful.
man.
She was about, I think, 8 at the time. She's 12 now.
That's a good
Wow.
hustle.
Yeah, it is.
A stick. What kind of stick? You know, like a stick. Like a tree. Yeah, duh, a stick. Jesus
That's
Christ.
great.
Hey, Brenda,
Yeah.
send me the numbers of your lathe tomorrow. I think I found a potentiometer for it already.
Oh, my
Outstanding.
goodness.
They're
These-
plug and play.
Brenda,
Look at you
Brenda?
guys are just awesome.
there's what? There's only 2 wires on the pot, or is it 3?
It's a
Only 2.
it's a 2-wire pot.
Yeah.
And it's a plug into the circuit board, so it's not hardwired, so they can be changed.
Outstanding.
All right.
And you can actually get the whole circuit board
Afraid to even
for
look
them.
at it.
You just gotta tell me what model number you got so I can get the right potentiometer.
All right, y'all,
Right.
I'm going to go in and do my insulin shot for the cat. I'm listening, but I won't be talking.
Stop
Cool.
saying potentiometer, man. You're making me feel dumber and dumber every time you say it.
Speed controller.
The geometer. Yeah.
a big
The potentiometer,
one.
Kelly, is nothing but a speed controller. It's just like what runs your fans on your ceiling fans. The knob that turns that's a potentiometer. It just controls the voltage going to the whatever it's running.
So when you pull the fan chain and it don't pull, that piece you got to replace
Yep.
is the what'd you call it?
Potentiometer.
Potentiometer.
Yep.
Potentiometer.
You're saying
I
that
broke that at my brother's
Geometer.
house.
So in a fan, it's usually a 3-way switch. Potentiometer switch is what it'll be called.
A potentiometer. I gotta remember that so I sound smart to my brother.
But you can bypass that switch, Brenda.
Yeah. Just have on and off. It'd be like
you-
that fast or
No, you put a fan speed controller on the wall.
I broke the one in my living room too, and I replaced it.
Yeah, you can.
Well,
They're
then I
common. You can
broke
buy
it and I
them.
broke his. Yeah,
Those are
and now the
common.
one
You
in my
can get
bed
'em anywhere.
too.
Yeah, you can buy those at a hardware store. That's no big
Yeah,
deal.
most of the time you can buy the ones for a fan at a hardware store because they're generic.
Hmm.
The one for your
Okay.
lathe is a little different though, because it runs on the circuit board. It's a 12-volt system instead of 120.
Okay. Potentiometer.
Yep.
potentiometer.
Potentiometer.
Word of the day.
word of the day.
Kelly will learn something. We'll show him what it looks like after you change it.
Well, he's
Okay.
got the 40 or 220 volt one, so let me get in that realm of VFDs and all that shit.
Yeah, your VFDs have one too, but they're 12 volt. They run on the 12 volt side of the VFD.
What's up,
Hey,
Clint?
was you guys all sad when you closed up your camper?
No,
Yeah.
I seen you close the camper this week. I had to close my swimming pool up this week. I was pretty sad about that.
I closed up my cabin this week and I'm not sad about that. Nice to be home.
Does
Right, Scott?
that mean you're
Yeah.
not gonna be taking t-shirts up there?
No, the t-shirts will still be going.
Okay, because I ain't found
Are
one
you
yet.
getting? You're not
What
looking
kind of
in the
t-shirt
right
are you
spot.
looking for, Brenda?
Well, stupid me. I was looking for, actually, the one I'm wearing is one I bought to get it to get it done on, but it's
You want a shirt like?
poly.
You want a shirt like this?
Like what?
One Dane's thrown off. Here, hang on.
Yeah, I don't know.
No?
Did you cut the
I mean,
sleeves
hey,
out of
it's-
that?
No, that came
No,
that way.
no, it was made like a manufactured. Then you could wear your long
Really?
johns on. Then you could wear long johns or a long sleeve shirt. You know.
There, I
Oh, yeah, I mean,
highlighted them.
that's
I'd like to find a tank
perfect.
top.
It is a tank top.
It is basically a tank top.
It is a
Yeah.
It's a
tank
muscle
top.
shirt.
Very,
Just
very
shirtless.
eloquent.
Or
It's a
Well, the
workout
neck,
shirt
the
is
neck
what
is
it
too
is.
small.
Dude, a Hulk Hogan.
there you go, Hogan.
Hell of a lot better than Ric Flair. Although I can do that pretty well too.
What's the cotton count in that shirt you got, Brenda?
This is 60
I
40.
don't know, but it's I think it was 60% or 80% polyester.
That's perfect.
That's
Yeah,
good.
that would be perfect.
80% polyester is perfect.
Well, I thought you said it
Even
had to be
60.
cotton.
No, it's got to be
Or
more
no, maybe I'm-
polyester than cotton.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I bought cotton instead of polyester. That's what it was.
I think if you're referring to what you posted online, it was 60% cotton, and we were telling you it needs
Right.
to be reversed. It's got to be less. It's got to be less.
Right.
So it needs
Yeah.
to be at least 60%
Yeah.
polyester.
Yeah. It needs to be polyester. That's what I wrote in my phone now.
Right.
So we get the right.
Not,
At
not,
least
ra-
50%.
not rayon. Not rayon.
Not rayon. Well, rayon is actually kind of polyester, but the more polyester it has, the better it is.
Okay. I don't go shopping very much, so the only store we got here in town is Walmart, and I don't go to
These
Walmart.
shirts, these shirts are like velour.
Those came
they're
from
from
Walmart,
Walmart.
Brenda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, but I don't shop at Walmart.
I don't shop there either. I bought it online. Had it shipped to my house.
Well, yeah,
And so
but
you could actually, so if you do Costco or Walmart, you can actually you could buy it and have it delivered
Shipped to me.
to Scott.
And that'll save you shipping on one side because most of the time Walmart's got free shipping deals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't shop at Walmart. I don't.
Where do you shop at? Where do you shop at?
Walmart does not get my money. I do not give Walmart
Okay.
my money.
Okay, yeah,
That's
I
fine.
hear you. They get very
Okay.
little of my money. You know, they got my money for the shirt.
They don't get a lot of my money either, just certain things.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I haven't shopped at Walmart
shop-
for over years.
Costco has really nice 60 and 80% poly t-shirts, and they're on sale right now for $9 at Costco. They
Yeah,
got long
That
sleeve.
feels
They
good.
got long sleeve. They got long sleeve shirts and short sleeve tees, and they only got like 2 styles for men, but they got like, I don't know, 10 different styles for women. You know, typical. Always
If-
styles for women, but only a couple for men.
If you're gonna
Yeah.
order it, Brenda, just have it shipped to me directly. And that'll save you
Giant
shipping
tiger,
in one
too.
direction.
All right.
Giant
What?
Tiger is pretty cheap too for shirts.
Who is?
Giant Tiger.
Giant Tiger.
Yeah, it's an online place.
Yeah. So you can order them and have them shipped too. They're really cheap, reasonable.
Then we
Okay.
can work out the return shipping the other coming back to you. I can work something out with you.
Okay.
Giant Tiger's a Canadian company, Kate.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
But
sure if it was.
They do ship to the US because I've ordered stuff from them.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
Hey,
do.
perfect.
Heather is
Okay.
still online. I was getting ready at 86 here, Heather.
So,
Oh, I've
Thought
been
maybe
just
you
been
fell
so busy
asleep.
at work. I'm listening, but I'm
okay.
working.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
good, even better, right?
when we get deeper into conversations, and sometimes I have to eliminate folks because it's
Yeah.
kind of like
I
private
get it.
conversation. So there's no offense should be
No
taken
offense
whenever that
taken.
happens.
No, don't
Okay,
worry.
right on, Heather.
I'm hard to,
Right on.
yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
At least you get to listen at work, Heather.
I do. I have an earbud in and I just keep working.
Nice.
I just can't always talk.
Well, hopefully you get to a schedule where you can partake in it, and then this after hours session is where everybody gets to know each other a little bit better, and we
That's
all
right.
become closer and everything like that. So that's why I keep it running, and try to foster that
Yeah,
brother and sister kinship.
that's right. Well, I had a show this weekend too, but it sucked.
Oh, did it?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Was it the
I
weather
made
it sucked
enough.
or the buyers? Nobody was
Both,
putting up their wallet.
both really.
Yeah. Oh,
On
I'm sorry.
Sunday,
Mhm.
That
it
happened.
poured rain on Sunday, and thing is, we had more people in shopping on Sunday than we did Saturday. But
Hmm.
I basically doubled my table cost. That was it.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
Yeah.
My
hopefully
show was
the
just
ones
about as
coming,
bad.
yeah, hopefully the ones coming in November will be better. I have one every weekend in November. So,
It's still early in the season, so don't feel too bad.
oh no,
Yeah.
no. At least I paid for my table plus a little bit. So,
Well, that always helps.
if I
That's
wasn't
good.
there trying to sell, I'd be at home making more stuff. So,
My
you know,
November sales are always a lot higher than October sales.
yeah. And that's why my son had to make Thanksgiving dinner on Sunday. So, it was the Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend.
That
Yes,
might have
yes, I
affected
forgot
it
about that.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cade had Thanksgiving this week, and I'm like, oh yeah, I keep forgetting that
that's right.
Canada
Yeah,
celebrates in October.
We had a
yeah.
couple dinners, so it was nice. But we had to close up the
Mm.
trailer this weekend too. So,
Did,
but
did you
Um,
go hunting
Working
for your turkeys there, Cade?
yeah, I have been out a couple times. I was out today actually. So I was listening to you guys on the drive home. So, but it pissed rain for most of the evening. So
Yeah,
I
it
had to
sure did.
walk out 2 kilometers in pouring rain. But that's all right.
Oh, it never let up.
No, it did. It did. I checked the weather. It said it was going to be done at 6. And then it stopped for maybe 20 minutes. And then it was okay. I was packing up, getting stuff together to walk out. And then it just started coming down. Of course,
Right?
it never fails
It
as
never
soon as I
fails.
leave. So I was a little wet when I got back to the vehicle, but it was okay.
Like a drowned rat, huh?
And yeah,
Mm.
I was walking up along the property line. All of a sudden, I heard like a stampede of just trampling footsteps, and I just stop and look. I'm like, there was probably like 40 cows running towards the fence at me. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You're probably wondering what I'm doing out there. But
Right?
Oh.
so then they just snorted, snuffed, and the bull stomped around and snuffed, and then they all took off and I
Right.
started walking again. So I was like, what
Are
the
those,
hell is that?
Kate, those your cows?
No, they were the neighbors. The neighbors' cows. But
Okay.
they were coming to see who was in their area, I'm sure, or what's going on. But eventually they all stopped dead still. So Didn't hear any coyotes though.
Somehow I just
Giant Tiger
recently
says they
discovered,
tank tops.
porcupines are native here in Texas.
Yeah,
What, Clint?
porcupines up here too. They're open right now.
Yeah, I was saying
Porcupines in Texas?
porcupines. Yeah.
Have you ever seen one in Texas?
Yeah, on the side of the road.
Really?
I've never
We
seen a
see them all
live.
the time up here.
But-
They're like rats.
God,
Yeah, they're
I've
all
never
over
seen
here
one.
too.
I've never seen one dead on the road driving through. You know, could be because the coyotes snaked them off beforehand to eat them.
Yeah, maybe they hide better than armadillos.
Yeah, right.
Armadillos turn them upside down with a can of Lone Star in their paws.
You know where I see the most dead armadillos? Missouri.
Missouri.
I swear to God, you know, they're dead all over the damn highway there. I know I've probably ran over, I bet I've killed 20 of them in the last 4 years.
I didn't even figure that was their terrain. I thought they liked the prairie land.
Yeah, I didn't even know they had them in Missouri.
Not to
Yep.
run over
Yeah,
the
they got them in Missouri.
porcupines. Those porcupines
yeah.
will flatten your tire.
We got them up here too, both of them.
I live in Missouri and I don't see them that much, so.
Oh yeah, on Highway 62 and 360 and on the 44. Oh yeah. So maybe it's southern Missouri.
It'd have to be southern, yeah.
What part of Missouri are you in, Roger?
Northeast corner. Iowa's
Northeast
about
corner,
10
oh.
miles away and Illinois is
That's-
about 15.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I'm like, don't you mean Iowa?
Pretty much.
I remember driving through there. It was corn, soy, corn, soy. That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yep. Sounds about right.
There's some wheat
around
too.
here. Around here, we got the sugar beets, the potatoes, the carrots, corn, soybeans. They grow it all.
Oh, sugar beets.
My cousin's husband, he works at the sugar beet factory.
Yeah, when I was stationed in North Dakota, I used to, when I was active, while I was stationed there, I would take leave and drive semi for the sugar beet harvest. And then I got out while I was up there, and I would drive full time during the sugar beet harvest for the full. Well, I'd start with the potatoes, and then run right into the sugar beets. Good times.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of sugar beets. When they start pulling them out of the field, oh, all their little substations, and then after the season's done, they load them up and take them to the factory, and I'll tell you, you can stay busy all winter doing that.
Yeah, I bet that's what we did coming out of. I mean, he's thousands of acre fields. You got the tractors with the big harvesters that are pulling them out. The 40 foot bed on the semi would drive through, they fill you, and then from there you drive to the plant, drive up on the ramp on the scale, they weigh you, then they tilt you over on the side to empty your trailer and right back out 20 miles down the road, back in the field.
We had the
12 hours
dump ours. We had dumps, and you dump them, they'd wash them, and then they'd put the dirt back in your truck. And then you take
these things, the harvesters that were plucking them out, they took all the dirt off of them.
Yeah. Well, the harvesters we had, when I was doing it, they weren't taking all of it off.
These are some multi-million-dollar farms.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some primo equipment. You know, this is back in 94, 95, 96. The first year, doing potatoes is, you know, they paid the triaxle drivers $20 an hour to drive, and then the semi drivers, they were getting $40 an hour. So once I showed that I knew how I could drive a truck, backed up more miles on most of their kids had ever driven forward in a truck. After I went through potato harvest, boom, they slammed me into a semi. And plus, I didn't take any breaks. I was hauling ass. I'd always have at least 2 loads more than older seasoned drivers. So I was a go-getter, and my bonus at the end of each harvest reflected that as well.
Yep. I'll tell you, I've worked for Valley Asphalt, pulling double bottom gravel trains, and your test to be hired, they had a machine sitting back there that lays. It was a broken up piece of shit, but it was sitting there, and it was in a curve, and you had to back that trailer around and land it right perfect. Yep. If you could do that 3 times, you're hired. And a double bottom gravel is not easy to back up unless you know what you're doing.
Unless you know what you're doing. And you learn how to do that by driving a simple old tractor with a double 4-axle wagon on you.
Yep.
Because each wagon is going to turn differently based upon. Yep. And you start doing that when you're about 10 years old. Any of those mechanized single split fifth wheels are pieces of pie.
Oh yeah. I laughed because all these people, yeah, I drove truck for years. They'd go off there and they'd get in there and try to back it up, and they couldn't back it up 2 foot.
I know, I laughed. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing I miss about the military is driving all the vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're on the camera. You wanted to be seen. So what's up, Clint?
I got shit to show tonight.
Everybody.
How come you didn't have anything to show?
You know, I started doing something inspired by Kelly on Saturday.
Yeah.
A dyed piece. And I rushed through it too fast, and it was all gummed up. And then I've been away out of town for a few days. I just sanded it all back to nothing tonight.
Beauty of dye, you know, you always get to start all over if you want to.
Well, my problem was that I was trying to do a piece that I already had put sanding sealer on.
Oh yeah. That's a big time screw up right there.
So I was chipping away at that for too long.
Yeah.
Or was thirsty.
So if you wanted to do a single die color and you wanted to be done with it, you can add your die to the sanding sealer and then put the sanding sealer with the die on and then be done with it.
By now I have some nice striations, and it will probably look really beautiful or ugly when I finish it.
Yeah.
If I hadn't already hollowed it out, I might have just put it back to the tool, but
yeah.
I don't want to leave it to waste.
Most of it will stand out, you know, except for the end, you know, the pores or whatever. The soft wood in between the hardwood of the grain there, and you know,
I think it's going to turn out
leave a striking effect.
You're right, Kelly. It's going to turn out great. I'm not going to show you anything until it turns out great. That preview I sent you was great, but then I started putting lacquer on it too soon, and it all fucking gummed up.
You'll get it right, man.
Oh yeah, you just can't
Hey,
do
you know what, Clint?
dyes
If-
lacquer all in one day.
No, it's got, you know, one's got to be able to have the ability to dry properly. But when it comes to dyeing, it's not like any of us figured out how to dye the first time. You know, our first piece didn't come out exactly the way we wanted it.
Yeah, all you gotta do, man,
We're
is
honest.
just make sure the piece is sanded right away. Put the dye directly on the dry wood. Let it dry a little bit. Sanding sealer on top of that. Let it dry, but don't do that paper towel heat method that I did on the dye on the sealer, because it'll melt it and fuck it up and make it look like crap. Let it dry all by itself. Once it's dry, then you can put your lacquer on. But let the sanding sealer dry for a good, half an hour or so.
No, I didn't. I was impatient, and I started spraying shellac on it or lacquer, whatever spray.
I'm so impatient, man. It's like you just want to get that piece off real fast and look at it done, you know.
I felt like since I had ethanol dyes that
Or fix 3408 if you're that impatient.
the dyes flash off quick, but the sanding sealer, who knows? Because who knows what that's made out of?
It's plant cellulose.
Well, it depends upon, you know, what
Oh
type of
yeah,
sanding
Dane's right.
Yeah. I have
the two kinds.
I have the shit that's
Sanding
made.
sealer is a generic term that Zensor products marketed back in the early 80s, and everybody thinks Zensor sanding sealer is shellac-based sanding sealer. You know, without, you know, shellac is sanding sealer, and that's end all, the only thing that's a sanding sealer, and it's just false.
Oh yeah, if you're trying to use like sanding sealer, like that bucket of stuff I use on hardwood floors when I do them, don't use that sanding sealer.
No, the stuff I forgot because I put it into a fucking Gatorade bottle. It's like looks like milk. I think it's water based.
Oh no, don't use that, man. Get some cellulose sanding sealer instead.
Yeah.
That stuff is, yeah, you don't want to mess with that stuff. That's
I'm
the
sure
kind of
it's
stuff
fine
you
for
would put on like a table that you're actually
Somebody's got a major echo.
I think it's Dan because he's on twice.
Oh, Dan, mute
yeah.
one of your devices.
It is.
How's everything sound now?
Good.
Better.
Well, it went away. So
I hear no echo.
thank the Zoom,
No
thank the
echo.
Zoom gods.
Echo.
Echo.
The echo went away now.
Scott, what's your address?
What's my address? It's on the form on the website.
It's 840.
22nd Street North, Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin.
I was going to get
slow
it.
down.
I was going to get it. I'm going from my mind. 840 22nd Street North, Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. 59.
Nope. 54494.
Okay, I was close. I was going to get 2 to 4s, but yeah, I had them.
You had them backwards.
Yep.
Clint, so this, you don't want to use this, Clint. That's what you use if you're doing hardwood floors or stairs.
Yeah, you don't want to use that.
That's like for stairs and like tables and things like that. This is the milky kind of color. This is a pretty good quality one, but don't use that for your dyeing.
Right.
You use either some cellulose sanding sealer, which there's a couple different kinds. Mylan's got a real good one too. It's a little bit thicker than this other one, And here's a great one too. This Mohawk sanding sealer is great.
Gotcha. Can you see me?
Yeah,
Everybody can see you.
I can spotlight you that way we see you full time. Everybody brace yourselves. Clint's on the screen.
Oh no, I was just gonna show this bowl I was working on.
Oh, okay.
The color
Make
still
sure
looks
you got
good.
hands on them.
Well, we can't see the bowl.
Oh well.
We see the ceiling. Now we see you. We can't see the bowl. Turn your camera around. No, there we go.
I'm recovering this piece. It'll look nice.
Oh, wood is
Cool.
I think that's maple.
Osage.
Well, he's
That's all
got
the
dye.
dye, all the color that made it
Oh,
look
okay.
like okay. But I
Okay.
don't know.
Yeah, the bare wood looks like that.
Yeah.
That's birch.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not maple.
How light is that, Clint? Is that a light piece?
Pardon?
How light is that bowl for that wood? Does it feel light?
Oh no, yeah, it's
Kind of looks
probably
like birch. I think I gotta agree with Kate on that.
Yeah, looks like the birch we have around here too.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Yellow
could be.
birch.
That unfinished piece was so old. I don't really remember.
Yeah, I think that's yellow birch, huh?
That's
Yep.
that's what it looks like.
Yep.
Yellow or
Which is
white.
good.
one or
There's
the other.
nothing wrong with that. But birch will definitely soak in dye.
Yeah.
I don't recall
It's
buying any
soft,
birch,
so
so
But it
softer
looks like
woods
you
are
got plenty.
usually
It
blotchy.
looks like you got plenty of meat. You could run your bowl gouge around, in a shear scrape and remove that on the outside without any issues there.
Yeah, it looked
Well,
like you had plenty.
I
Looked like
fought
there
that
was-
the
You want
other
me
day
to?
and wasted about 20 little circles of sandpaper.
Yeah, just scrape that off, dude, and then don't sand it down to 220 and put your dye on, and then like your black dye, and then sand it 220 and then 320 to get the black dye knocked down and let that grain the grain lines will stay black.
Right.
Then put your dye on at like 320.
But yeah, you got plenty of room there.
Yellow birch though is pretty straight grained. It doesn't have a lot of figure to it.
Yeah. And because it's so soft, it absorbs dyes and colors and
Right.
sanding sealer unevenly.
Like
So
like a
it's
sponge.
yeah.
Clint, this is what I use. I use myelin sanding sealer.
Yep, that's what I was saying. That's a good one too. That's a real good one. It's easier to get too.
Yeah, you can get this just about anywhere.
Yeah, I can get that at Woodcraft or
Nice.
Right.
I don't use any sanding sealer.
If I use sanding sealer, I usually make my own, and I use shellac.
I have plenty of that too.
I use super blonde shellac for sanding sealer, so it doesn't have any color to it.
Use this yellow stuff.
Oh,
What is that, Dane?
I use this yellow stuff.
Highlight.
Can you read
yeah.
it?
Boiled linseed oil works. Yeah.
Or use some damn shine juice, right?
Oh, that's
No,
that's
I don't use
basically what
shine.
I'm making.
Even a washed out oil.
You could use tongue oil for a sanding sealer if you thinned it with some alcohol.
Yep.
Yeah, it just
remember,
doesn't dry as fast
sanding-
as that cellulose does.
remember sanding sealers, first couple of coats of whatever oil finish you put on.
Yep.
Mhm.
Kelly, I just use shellac with denatured alcohol, 1 pound cut. It dries way better than that myelin stuff. I can put it on one coat right after another if I want to.
Yep. Yep.
The myelin
And-
stuff, it takes 20 minutes for it to set up enough where you can do something with it.
Yeah, Mylands, yeah.
Where if you make your own shellac sanding sealer, you can put it on one right after another, and you don't have to worry about it gumming up because you got it thinned down far enough. The alcohol burns off and it dries fast.
Yeah.
Right. You know, primarily you want
Everything will
wanting
dry
to get
quick.
those end grain areas, filled up with your oil or your solvent, whatever you want to call it, your finish, to the point where the nice tight grain wood is absorbing at the same
Same rate.
rate as what the end grain is.
Yep.
Because end grain's like a sponge because it's all, it's just, a bunch of holes, just sucking it down in.
Yep.
So even if you just take your final finish, whatever you're using, dilute it a little bit, whatever it's supposed to be diluted with, and you just apply it on that end grain area a few times, and then go over it, the overall piece, until it absorbs, on that diluted version at the same rate, and then you can start doing, 100% strength of your final finish, or until you figure out your own way to do it where it seals up and sets up to where you're going to apply it at the same rate, as, like Scott does or Brenda does, me or Cade does. You gotta figure out your own finishing style.
You gotta figure out what
Your
works
arms
for
like
your
Brenda
humidity.
does. Brenda was flipping it up like, yeah, hell yeah, like I do.
Right.
And Clint, what
No,
I
I just
what I do in the wintertime is different than what I do in the summertime because my shop is down to 10 to 20%
different
moisture,
climate.
where in the summertime I got 50 to 60% moisture.
Right, you got a different climate going on.
I got a
Yeah.
totally different climate.
I know mine has just turned. I think that's why I'm almost so gummy the past week. We just
And when you
turned.
say
You
gummy,
got to adapt.
but when you say gummy, what was the gummy?
Is the wood still wet?
Oh no, from the sanding sealer, it just
This-
wasn't drying up on the surface very well.
He was putting it on too fast.
Or too
Well,
thick?
I'm impatient.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks,
And you
Kate.
you always got to make sure that the layer beneath dried before you put the next layer on, because that's really going to fuck it up.
That then turns into a gooey mess,
Yeah. Gooey rippled mess.
and then it never
Mhm.
dries right. It takes forever for it to dry because can't burn it off.
Well, I had a problem with my lathe the other day.
Oh no.
I thought I had a problem.
There's
So
some in the
I
fridge, I think.
took everything off it,
No, there's
and I was
There's some in
turning because when I hit 500 RPM and
or on
anything
the
above
shelf.
that up to 700, that lathe was just vibrating like it was going nuts. And then after it got like the 800 to 1,000, it was smooth right out. So I took everything off it, checked it out, made sure everything was, level, balanced, all the points were right and stuff. Everything checked out perfect. I didn't put nothing on the lathe, no chucks, turned it up, and it was perfect, smooth as could be. Put a chuck on it, turned it up, nice and smooth, put the bow back in it, turned it up, same problem, right in that one spot. And I said, well, something's something's goofed up with this piece of wood because it's perfectly round. It
Yeah.
should not vibrate like that. So I haven't figured it out, but I was carving legs on it to raise it up off the table. And I got 2 of them done. I had working on the 3rd one and it broke. Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, no.
So I just knocked the other ones off. I'll just turn it to a regular bowl.
What was causing the vibration though?
I don't know.
Is there a knot in it or something? Old
Uh,
limb
Or a
No,
crotch?
I don't
or a
see
crotch?
anything. No, it's not a crotch.
When you so in the future, when you have something like that, one way to check if there's a wood density issue is to rotate rotate it up, right? And then see which way the wood is coming down when you kind of like got it rough. And then you can
Yep.
change positions on it to try and offset that heavy side
Okay.
to where, when you once you got it centered, when it stays there instead of rotating down, because the heavy side is always going to rotate down,
Right.
kind of like a fishing lure. I learned that from Scott the other day talking with him.
Yeah, I started this bowl on my mini lathe, and I just kind of got sidetracked and just left it, put it
Yeah.
aside for a while. And I put it on the big lathe, and then the thing wanted to vibrate everywhere. So I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a density issue.
Sounds like there's a knot or a limb in it somewhere.
Or there was an inclusion on another side that was hollow, but you couldn't see it on the inside.
Yep.
So you got further into it, and then it would be revealed.
Yeah.
Is it
Well,
spalted?
Yeah, it's spalted pretty good.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go. There's what it is.
There's your answer there. Because it's going to rot at a different rate.
Yeah, one side is denser than the other because of the rot.
Well, I'll give you a quick look at it.
No, I'm working with some spalted maple, and God, it's just a pain in the ass. Pretty, but God, it's a pain in the ass because of that.
It got hard spots and soft spots in it.
Yep.
The
soft spots and hard spots.
Yeah, the hard spots turn nice and smooth, and the soft spots want to tear out.
Yep.
Let me see. There we go. See, there's a spalting on it.
Oh, let me hold on. Let me go to your other camera, Dan. Hold on. All right, show us again.
Ready?
Yeah, so that trick probably rotate.
Yeah, you can see
let it spin. It's not big enough to do that, but yeah, that's what your issue is, because it's
absolutely
spalted. See that side right there. Hold on. Put your camera back on it.
Yeah.
So right there, that side there is spalted more, and so that's the light side compared to the rest of the blank. Plus, you got a crack there. It looks like.
Yeah, there's.
And so that's where your unevenness is coming from. Is from that crack back through the heavily spalted side.
Yeah, I put super glue in them cracks.
Yeah, but keep in mind, super glue is not a structurally sound adhesive. It doesn't hold anything structural. It's good at holding stuff in place, but it's not good at holding stuff together.
Has no tensile strength.
No tensile strength. Thank you. That's the word.
I had to think about it.
right? So like even for me on that big Osage orange bowl with, and I'm just going to steal the spotlight here real quick. Damn, stop, cat. Will you knock my beer over? I think it was empty. So this is that cracked side. And so this was a through crack all the way through from here all the way around. And then another mini crack that ran through here. And so you can see the resin that came through on this side. And then top side down. So that whole section here was loose, except for what was up here on top, which I CA'd, but everything, I still had everything in here. And so before I started excavating the inside, I wrapped it and wrapped it and wrapped it with pallet packing plastic to keep it together. And then of course I kept the center mass together. But once I got down below that crack, then from there I used thin, deep pour, slow set resin to seep all the way from the inside to the outside. And so after that was done, now I had a heavy spot on this side. And so it was all perfectly balanced until I put the resin in there. And so I had to fight that, from here all the way down to the rest of the bowl. And it was just a pain in the ass. Not to mention the fact, Osage that it grew in a river basin and had been dead for 20 some odd years. But you're going to come up against that, when you've got heavy spots and light spots on a turning, and like with your piece there, Dan, with that crack there, you've got to get some structural bonding material, between both sides. And super glue is not going to do it. It's not strong enough to hold things together.
Yeah, because it was such a fine little crack, you could barely see it. I could feel it with my fingernail, which couldn't really see.
And then as you kept turning it, kept probably opening up, ever so more, because now it looks like it's, you probably got a 16th inch gap there.
Yep.
Based on what I'm seeing. So, but if you got some thin resin.
Yeah, I don't have any. I have to go pick some up. What's a good resin to pick up?
There's you can get a small kit, 16-ounce kit of Luminite slow set at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And that works really well. You can mix it. You don't need a pressure pot for it. And it's slow set, it's thin, it will, and it's got a fairly long open time, so you've probably got 30 minutes, to screw around with fishing, pouring it in there with a teaspoon, so like that's what I did, just a little at a time, just keep filling that crack, and put it up to where you can get the majority of it in there. And
so would you suggest start taking the inside out before you do that?
I'd wrap the outside with some saran wrap, use, if you're using saran wrap, use half a roll on it.
Yep.
At least 20 turns,
Yeah, because I
And
haven't.
then turn out, just turn out, close to your, if you're shooting for a 1/4 inch wall thickness, just turn, half an inch for that particular wall there. Try to keep a 3-inch center mass there on your bowl, and turn, just turn down past the crack to where you can set the bowl, on a V section where it'll sit up. Leave it in the chuck, but set it up to where it's not going to run back into your chuck.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then spoon feed it in if you have to. That's what I do. I just make a whole ordeal, and give me a 6-pack of beer and giddy up at it. Take my time. Just take my time, because I don't want the resin, going anywhere else other than in that crack.
Yeah.
You
And I
think
mix it in
that
small batches. I literally use pill bottles to mix my resin in. So it's a minute amount, it's a controllable amount. If I need to make more, I make more.
I got a lot of pill bottles, so
Well, I know we do. Once we hit our age, we always do.
You can take, Dan, you can take a Dixie cup and put it on the hot glue it to the backside so the resin can't come through out on the backside of your piece. Take the saran wrap off.
Your crack is so small you can hot glue the crack.
Yeah, you could hot glue the crack too and pour the resin in from the opposite side just to keep from making a mess.
yep.
Right.
Because I got some of that aluminum
Thanks,
tape.
Scott. Good idea.
Yeah,
I thought about
you
some
could
of that
use
aluminum
that.
tape.
The
You can
aluminum
use
tape
the
would work on the
aluminum
outside
tape.
too.
Yep,
But the
aluminum tape
better
works
tape,
great.
there's better tape. You can actually use the tuck tape. It's the
Tack,
red
yeah.
duct tape that they put on your ducting. It's airtight, watertight, moisture tight. That'd be the best thing.
Yep.
Then nothing's gonna come through. And I mean, you can cut it off, scrape it off, sand it off, or turn it off. The tape off.
But that's what I do.
You can
Yeah, I'll
you can
give that a
also take
shot.
that deep pour and put it in a syringe, and you can push it in with a syringe too if you want to really mess around.
Sure
Yeah.
can.
And then when you're done, take the syringe apart and wipe the rubber part with acetone. That'll clean that, and then just let the resin dry in that inside that syringe, and it'll pop right out of there because it won't stick to that plastic.
Yeah,
Oh,
you just
okay.
got to squeeze it with your hand, then hit it with the air gun, and
It'll pop right out.
Yeah. But the black part of this the syringe, the plunger, clean that with
Acetone.
and
Okay.
wipe it off. Yep.
While it's still wet, don't let it cure it all. Make sure you get it
No.
when it's still wet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Acetone
go ahead.
acetone will clean any resins that you're going to use as long as they haven't hit the flash point where they've started to cure.
Correct.
Once they cure, you can't get it off.
Yeah. And it's a sticky mess.
And it's a sticky
Yep.
mess.
Yeah, wear gloves.
Wear gloves.
Put down stuff, newspaper or whatever,
Go to the grocery store and buy shelf liner, the rubber shelf liner that you put on kitchen cabinets. And the kitchen cabinets.
Yep.
And the epoxy won't stick to that either.
Yep.
Same with
True.
parchment paper. I put
Yep.
parchment
parchment.
paper down on my workbench.
Yep.
So if
Wax
any
paper.
resin spills,
Wax paper will work too, Cade.
yep.
Yep.
What experience do you guys have between nitrile gloves and vinyl or PVC gloves?
Nitro.
Nitrile gloves.
Nitro all the way.
Yeah, that's what I got. Nitro.
Yep.
I use them all.
Super glue doesn't stick to the nitro gloves. And it won't melt them either.
Okay.
This
I
is
thought
what
I mentioned that super glue wouldn't only stick to vinyl gloves. something like
I
that.
use, this is what I use. I use 6 mil black nitro.
Yep, I use 7 mil, same thing.
I don't
Yeah.
use any gloves.
I buy them at Harbor Freight because they're cheap.
That's what I'm about to say. I only get
I
what
just
I
make sure
Harbor Freight.
don't get it on your hands.
Eh,
And always have acetone around, Clint, because it'll take super glue off even
Oh,
after it's dried.
you know,
I know,
when I was
but-
younger,
I know,
I
but-
didn't use gloves.
I don't always use gloves when I'm
Whippersnapper Cade.
I know.
Now you've grown up and gotten wiser, right?
I had one
Yeah.
like 9 months ago, and
Just don't get it on your hands, and you don't need gloves.
accelerator, and then I felt it. Fucking burns.
I don't think it's about being wiser. I think it's about being, I don't know.
A lot more careful.
Yeah, these
Hey,
are the
guys.
ones I got from.
I get less
Harbor
on me
Freight.
now that I wear gloves than when I didn't wear gloves.
Brenda, shoot me a message with your Lay's stuff and I'll talk to you
Yeah.
about the other stuff.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about, I just sent you 2 shirts. I
Okay.
ordered them on Amazon, had them delivered to you.
Okay.
So we'll talk.
There you go.
We'll talk later.
Sounds good.
All right. Good night, guys.
Hey,
Good night,
PayPal,
Brenda.
friends and family,
Take care.
PayPal to pay me or Zelly.
Yep.
Do
Good as
what?
Ellie.
Use Zelly or use PayPal to pay me. It's on the website.
Okay.
They
All
both
right.
work.
Night.
Good night, Brenda.
All right.
Hi, Brenda.
Night, Brenda.
Next
Night.
week. Stay safe.
I'll let you know when I
You
get
too.
the
We will.
shirt so you know that I got them.
Okay.
Keep it between centers. You know, like how when you're driving, they say keep it
Scott,
between the
wait
ditches.
till,
Just
you let
keep
me
it
know what it's
between
gonna
centers.
cost. Okay. Should I wait till I know what it's gonna cost to send them back before I do PayPal, whatever?
Yeah, do it that way so that you only have to do one transaction. If you do PayPal, they might charge you twice.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's not a
I'll
big
wait
deal.
for it. I'll wait then. Okay.
But,
Good night, guys.
but hey, Brenda, if you do Zelle, there is no charge.
If your bank has Zelle, there's no charge for Zelle.
And 99%
Okay.
of the time, your bank is going to have Zelle.
I think I tried that a while back. It didn't work. For me.
Did your bank have Zelle?
I think they said they did, yeah. But yeah.
Dane did it and I had it in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's literally a function within your bank. It's not an app that
Yeah.
you download.
Yeah, no, I think a few months ago, my sister-in-law and I she was trying to send me some money through Zelle, and I was trying to download the Zelle, and it didn't work.
See, it's not a download. It's you got to
Not a
go on
download.
you go on your bank, your bank account setup, and you register with Zelle with your bank. It is not an app that you download.
Okay.
It's literally you go on your banking website. I'm
Yeah.
sure you're registered, you know, Bank of America, Capital One, you know,
Ace.
Greenville local bank, and
Right.
then it's underneath services, you know, banking services, and Zelle will be listed, and you click on Zelle and you register your phone number or your email with them, and boom, you're set up. Literally, that's it.
Yep. And then you give them your phone number or your email of who you want to send it to and that they have hooked up with their account and off it goes. It's easy. It's actually
And
nice.
yeah, it's instant. I mean, you know,
I don't
within
know.
5 minutes. If you would have stayed online with us two weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I demonstrated how quick and easy it was.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
try.
literally
it.
5 minutes, and
I know. Well, what you don't understand though is everybody says it's easy. All you gotta do is follow the instruction. But for some reason, at my house, that don't work out easy. I'm serious. I'm telling you. All right, I'm
well,
on
that
the
ain't
account.
true.
I'm on there.
You followed my instructions, and now you're sharpening better. But that was in your garage up and in your house.
Yeah.
It-
All right, services. I don't see services anywhere.
Look and see if there's something that says send money with Zelle. That's what
Which
my
bank?
bank says.
Which bank do you have, Brenda?
Mercer Savings Bank.
Mercer Savings Bank.
Mine's listed right in the wherever you can send money or pay bills.
Under bill payment.
You can look under that. Yeah, mine actually has a spot that just says send money with Zelle. The way my bank's got theirs set up.
All right, so I'm looking at Mercer. Is it Mercer County Bank?
No, Mercer Savings.
Mercer Savings. Look here.
Oh, well, I got a notice here. It says we're having technical difficulties receiving or retrieving your alerts. Try again later.
Well, tomorrow morning, give them a call and ask them if they have Zelle.
Yeah, just call the bank. They can tell you right away if they're affiliated with
Yeah.
Zelle.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think I did that too. But anyway, all right. We'll see
Otherwise,
what we
you
can
can
do.
send it through PayPal. That works too, Brenda. It's not a big deal.
Okay,
My information's
Alright,
on the form.
right.
You want
My
front and
friend.
back, right? Front and
Yes.
back?
Yeah, I sent you a t-shirt and a tank top.
Okay.
I gotta have something to wear year round. And I
Okay.
can't wear a t-shirt all summer.
Well, just so I know you want it
Alright,
front and
guys.
back. That's all that matters.
Yes. All righty. Good night, guys.
See
All
ya,
right, good night,
Brenda.
Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
Thanks.
Take
Thanks
care.
for hanging out, Brenda. All right, let's see. Who else is still on here?
Oh, Gary's the only one. I think. Gary and Dave.
Gary, Dave.
Yeah, I think they both went to bed already. Yeah, they did.
Somebody's still recording though.